I have with me here Sir Edward Rivington-Pyke, the Minister for Administrative Affairs. Sir Edward, welcome to Hard Talk.
Thank you.
Sir Edward. The Committee on Members' Expenses, chaired by Conservative MP Adam Maffrey, met to reassess MPs' expenses in December 2011. What conclusions did they make?
In the report forwarded to me by the committee, they recommended the abolition of the Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority and the reinstatement of the Fees Office, so that MPs can go back to scrutinising their own expenses again. I have given it my full support.
Really? But that would take us back to the situation that led to the MPs' expenses scandals of 2009, with MPs claiming for fraudulent mortgages, moats, and duck houses, etc.
Yes, that is correct. The scandal should never have happened. The law should have been changed to allow for these expenses before the scandal broke. We will not make that mistake again.
Don't you think that in the light of the economic crisis, with so many people having to make sacrifices, that this is the wrong time to be considering increasing MPs' expenses?
This is the perfect time to increase our expenses. The country is going bust, so we are going to screw it for as much money as we can before that happens. If the poor starve or freeze to death paying for it, then so be it. After all, our needs are greater than theirs.
Do you really mean to say that MPs will be able to make fraudulent claims for things such as non-existent mortgages and duck houses again, if you manage to push these reforms through?
MPs have to spend long periods of time away from their homes and families whilst performing their parliamentary duties. In light of that, don't they deserve a few little luxuries?
You say a few little luxuries. Let us take a look at some of the little luxuries you were accused of claiming for during the expenses scandal of 2009. For example, you were claiming for 3 non-existent mortgages with a total value of £4.1 million. What do you have to say to that?
I was not claiming for the whole £4.1 million, only the interest on it, so it's not quite the same.
The interest on £4.1 million is still a considerable amount of money, more than most people have to live on. It's not as though you needed the money, as you are a multimillionaire in your own right.
I didn't get to be a multimillionaire by spending my own money. Far better to spend the taxpayers' money instead.
Let's have a look at some of the other claims you were accused of making. A Mickey Mouse phone for your daughter's bedroom. Solid gold taps and soap dish for your bathroom. A mirror for the ceiling above your bed. A silver crystal bowl for your goldfish. And the list goes on. Hardly things necessary for your parliamentary duties, are they? And what's this? A dam for the stream in your garden to make a fish pond. You don't even have a stream in your garden. What's all this about?
Ah, that is planning and forethought for you. If I ever get a garden with a stream in it, the claim is already in place.
Getting back to this report from the Committee on Members' Expenses, they have claimed that the Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority are damaging democracy by forcing MPs to have to account for every penny of taxpayer-funded expenditure. In what way is preventing criminal fraud by MPs damaging democracy?
As a democratic country, MPs are democratically elected to make some difficult decisions. If we cannot even be trusted to make decisions on our expenses.
You cannot be trusted though, as previous events have shown.
Please let me finish. As I was saying, if we cannot be trusted to make simple decisions about our expenses, how can we be trusted to make the difficult decisions in government? Anything that takes the decision-making from us, even expenses, is undemocratic.
We have had a few emails from viewers about this. One of them likens it to putting Dracula in charge of a blood bank. Are MPs really the best people to decide on how much they get in expenses?
Of course they are. We cannot have an independent body telling us what we can and cannot claim for. It's none of their damn business what we spend our expenses on.
Under the present rules, you have to be transparent and make public all the details of your expenses. Will this continue if you manage to push through these reforms?
Don't be silly. Of course not. We do not want the great unwashed scrutinizing every penny of their money that we spend. Do the viewers know what you spend your money on?
No. But then again, I'm spending my own money, not theirs, so I don't have to account for it, as you do. Finally, Sir Edward, do you think you will get cross-party support for your proposed reforms?
I cannot see any reason why I shouldn't. After all, MPs of all parties will benefit from it. If I know most of them, they cannot wait to get their hands on all that lovely money we have saved through the spending and benefit cuts. So yes, I do expect to get cross-party support.
Sir Edward Rivington-Pyke, thank you for being on Hard Talk.
Thank you.